As a 210, we have 5 questions. Question number 1 is preconditions. Question number 2 is contents in the engagement letter. Question number 3 is revision in the engagement letter. Question number 4 is on the screen. Here we are done. Before the auditor's appointment, please here, before the auditor's appointment, what should be, if the management imposes a limitation on scope, then what should the auditor do? And after the auditor's appointment, if the management imposes a limitation on scope, then what should the auditor do? Okay, we have done this very well. Let's do it one by one and do a quick recap of this area. Let's start. What are preconditions to auditing? Very, very simple. Let's go for it. Please here. First, precondition number 1, we should first check whether FRF is applicable or not. Second point, we should obtain management agreement whether FS is as per AFRF, whether internal control is as the management considers necessary. And this point, management shall provide the auditor with all information, additional information on request, and unrestricted access to any person. Okay, I told you this has come in my CA final exam, so you can understand it how old this question is. It has come multiple times in exams. Okay, CA Inter as well as final. There is preconditions to an audit. And preconditions to an audit. Question number 1. Okay, question number 2. What are the contents of the engagement letter? We had done this. We had done a code called ORI ID form. ORI ID form. Objective and scope of the auditor will be covered here. Responsibility of the auditor, responsibility of the management, identification of AFRF, basically what the management will give to the auditor, and expected form and content of report, basically what the auditor will give to the management, and of course to the shareholders. In which format will he report? Simple. ORI ID form. Same code you will see here. ORI ID form. Comfortable till here? Okay. This question number 2. Contents of engagement letter. Question number 3. Normally the engagement letter will stay the same. For the period of 5 years for which the auditor is appointed. But however, there can be situation where the auditor may go for a revised engagement letter. And that can be because of situations, because of most changes in flow and so. Because of misunderstanding of the objective, because of special terms or revised term, because of changes in financial reporting framework, legal and regulatory requirement, ownership, nature and size of the company's business, senior management, or other reporting requirements. This is what we had seen. Okay? This question number 3, that is, revision of engagement letter is normally not required, but it is required if it is a situation of most changes in sponsor. Okay? So this you should know very, very well. This also has come several times in the examination. Let's do question number 4, my dear students. Very simple. If there is the limitation of scope that the management imposes before the auditor starts the work, even before I've signed the engagement letter, they are saying, don't check this, don't check this, don't check that, you're not allowed to check this, that, they start putting headache. In that case, if limitation of scope is there, then auditor shall not accept the work, not accept. Unless it is required by law or regulation to do so. Law or regulation to. Yeah, so if the law or regulation requires, then the auditor will have to go ahead with the work. If not, auditor will not accept the work. Now, the main important one, let's start. If after the auditor has been appointed, the management imposes the limitation of scope. They say, sir, you have to sign a new engagement letter, change in the engagement letter they are requesting. So they will give some excuse. They will give the excuse like there is some circumstances, misunderstanding, restriction on scope. We saw it as CMR. I get affected if I am not able to reach the R level. But suppose if I am able to reach the R level and there is no case of lower assurance, then in that case I will tell the management, okay, let's sign the new engagement letter, no problem. But if the management, if what information management is not giving me, if that is leading to lower assurance and not R level, it means I am doing a compromise, then it is my duty to check the implication on the audit and ask for them justification. If they are able to give the justification, good. If they are not able to justification, then that is not good. So let's see this. If they are able to give a justification, then in that case, I had told the German government example in this case to you all, that we have made investment in Germany, and suppose the government has got a law to confiscate those investments if some disclosures are made. Suppose if such a law comes, in that case, we will understand the management's issue. In that case, we will record the new engagement letter and we will perform our audit work and issue the report. When we issue the report, we will ensure that we don't make any reference to the original engagement or procedures performed under original engagement. Because if we do that, it will create unnecessary confusion in shareholders' mind. Okay. Second, if the justification is not proper, you remember the justification example which I gave? Which one? Assam, rainfall, football, Brazil, Argentina, Messi, Ronaldo, greatest country, India, from their USA, Trump, Putin, put out, all those things. You understand here, if reasonable justification is not given, if it is not given, in that case, we should not agree with the change in the EL. If management doesn't agree, in that case, management is insisting on change in the EL. In that case, we should withdraw from the engagement. Sorry, boss, I don't want to work with such people only. And I'll of course fill the resignation form, that is ADT3. Because if you fill 3, you become free. So I'll fill resignation form 3 and leave happily. In that case, I'll determine my legal obligation. That includes, of course, filling the ADT3 form. Are you there with me? Yes or no? This completes 5 questions regarding 210. 210, 5 questions. Let's go for it. First is preconditions. Second, contents of engagement letter. 3, normally engagement letter will be the same for 5 years. However, there can be situations because of which we have to go for a revised engagement letter. That is most changes in FLONSO. Question number 4, limitation of scope imposed on the auditor before the audit work starts, and limitation of scope imposed on the auditor after the audit work starts. But in the class, I had told you that question number 5, which is there, it has 5A, 5B, 5C, which is there in the book, which you have to read. But that is very simple. If you understood this example, that you'll be able to easily understand. Okay, this completes your 5 questions of this standard 210.